My name's Jeff Nichols, and I'm your host this evening. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming and spending part of your evening with us. I know there's a lot of other things to do, but you're coming in and helping with a really, really good cause tonight. Tonight, we're going to take a stroll through the years. We're going to reflect on some memories and reflect on some things. Hopefully, you're going to have a few laughs. And one of the things I'm going to ask you to put up with some mediocre trombone playing. Okay, folks, we got a great show for you this evening. I really believe that very strongly. We have Margot Rivers, we have Sherry Sutherland, Lisa Woods, and we have Laura Cook, and they form a female barbershop quartet known as the Grands. We also have a very special guest star by the name of Miss Donna Morgan, and all these ladies sing the lights out. They're just terrific. I think you're going to enjoy them very much as they help in this endeavor that we're going to go through tonight. What do our memories and experiences truly mean? Well, to me, they're the ingredients of life's recipe that makes us who we are. They're certainly the most precious part of ourselves that we share with other individuals. It's one of our favorite subjects to talk about if you think about it, especially if we have share events with friends and dear family members. Okay. They can be goofy memories, like the time I touched my nose to an electric fence where they raised rodeo bulls on a dare. That was education by pain inducement, trust me folks, I never did it again. Or they can be very important memories, such as when you married your spouse or the birth of your children. But you think about it, memories are our personal treasures. They are what make us who we are. Now, about the show. I got the idea for Remember when I was visiting a Cracker Barrel. And I'm sure everybody here has had that same kind of experience as you go through. And I was looking at the walls, I was looking at the ceilings, I was looking at the various things, strolling through the store. I said, oh, yeah, my grandma had one of those things. Yeah. And oh, yeah, there's that automatic weed whacker or yo-yo in these parts that you'd swing like a golf club, hanging up on that ceiling. My granddad, that was his automatic weed whacker because he had handed it to me and told me to go out and play in the front yard with it. So, anyway, as I go through and I see something like a pecan cracker, and I remember my mom using one of those to make homemade pecan pie. Or come across an Etch-a-Sketch I like right in the store. Well, I'm content as can be at this point. I'm just sitting there, looking around. Well, my daisies and butterflies mood got crushed when a young man right next to me says, man, this stuff is ancient. So I looked over at him to encourage him to go play in the freeway, but his mom was right there, and she wouldn't have appreciated that suggestion. So I just bit my lip and smiled and said, okay, Jeff, you're an antique, boy. You're an antique. Now, this is an audience participation show, and what do I mean by that? If you find something or a song you want to clap along with, please do. If you find something you want to sing along with, please do in your seat. If you find a spot you'd like to get up and go dance, hey, I encourage that all the way. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is not throw things at the stage, foodstuffs in particular, like the last show. It's pretty hard to move around with a trombone and all this electric equipment up here, so I appreciate that. Hopefully it won't come to that. Okay. About me, my wife and I, we live a little north of Whitesboro here. We've been here for about 5 years, like that, and really think the area is beautiful. Met a lot of wonderful friends and have a good time here, like that. So we're really, really big fan of the areas on that. And I got to tell you, folks, I've been told I have some quirks, and they may show up. I've been told, okay? And one of those quirks, anybody know what a squirrel moment is? You do? I figured you would. Okay. Well, a squirrel moment, there was a movie a while back called Up. And in that movie, it's an animated movie, and it's cute as can be, like that. They have a pack of dogs, and one in particular, they have a golden retriever by the name of Doug, and it's spelled D-U-G. And Doug, along with all the rest of the dogs in there, wear special collars that enable them to communicate in English back and forth to human beings. And they will be in the middle of some deep conversation that's very important to them. And right in the middle of that, they'll all go squirrel and come right back and finish out that conversation. So I will have squirrel moments, folks. The other thing I need to make you aware of, I have a little bit different kind of sense of humor. And the best way to illustrate this is, because it's going to show up tonight, I promise you that, is tell you a little story, okay? A few years ago, I went to Yosemite National Park with some friends of mine. And, that country, that area of the country is just stunning, beautiful. I highly encourage you going over there. Well, as we're driving around, I'm in the back passenger seat, and I can't really see what the signs are on the road, but I'm looking out in the countryside, we're passing by a bunch of these signs. I see a bunch of big yellow signs. We pass by them, they have big flashing orange lights on. Well, didn't pay them any mind, as I was going through it, but as luck will have it, and we're in California, so luck did, we had a traffic jam in Yosemite National Park. We parked right next to one of those signs, and I read it aloud in that car. And it said, "Speed kills bears." And everybody in that car just goes, "Oh, that's so sad, that's so terrible." And I get it, folks, I do get it, okay? And because they're thinking Yogi and Boo have just been trashed out by the SUV, the Suburban and everything, and I understand that, like that. But then I started thinking, and this is where I get in trouble. They just identified to me from Yosemite that we have bear issues up here. On top of it, the state animal for California is a bear. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm from Texas. I don't have any of my guns. So I blurt out, "Thanks for the tip," to how to deal with that bear problem. So in any case, that's how my sense of humor works, folks. Now, the other thing is we will have Cliff Clavin facts come out through the day. Anybody know who Cliff Clavin was? Yeah, he was a mailman in the TV show Cheers. And he was the bar know-it-all, and he was a purveyor of useless and unusual trivia. So that's going to show up in the show tonight too. So one of the things about this is getting back to why we're here. There's a lot of bad things that have happened over the years. Okay, and we're not going to focus on that. What we're going to look at is focusing on what was good and trying to make sure we put the good back in the good old days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up with a song. You'll recognize the song. It was a background theme to the Blues Brothers back in the 80s, but it was actually written in 1959. And it's the Peter Gunn theme, and it was written by Henry Mancini. So we're going to do the Peter Gunn theme next. forgot to do just a minute ago. I kind of need to take care of a couple of housekeeping things real quick. Folks, if you find the need, the facilities are located over on that north wall there, okay? They got one on either side for you, one where Dennis is sitting and one right under that light near the thermometer. The other thing is all concessions are a buck over at the concession stand. So if you want water, coffee, soda pop, popcorn, chips, they're all $1 over there. And especially I'd like to say thank you very much for the folks at Cook's to allow us to come over here tonight. The folks here at Cook's have graciously agreed to donate half of your admission to the Whitesboro School, Whitesboro School for Music Education, for the Music Education Department. It's very kind of them. It was something that I think is terrific because music education, in my mind, is one of the most mind-expanding, one of the best things you can do for your kids, like that. And like every other school, funding is always tough. We also had a donation made by David and Loretta Hendricks of the sledge. This thing is worth quite a bit of money, and when it's sold, that particular, that will make a donation for the Whitesboro Music Education Department. Last but not least, Laura has set up a little basket. If you can and want to, we'll take donations at the door back over there to help the kids, because some of these kids rely on these kind of things and have to work all year long to go out and participate in some of these music education functions. So just wanted to cover that real quick with you and say thank you for your patronage, and we're truly grateful that you're here. Okay, now what we got here, and kind of give you an idea, that right there is a time machine that my buddy Wilbur built, okay? And he's going to be our pilot as we go through the years. And the idea behind it, we're going to go through the years, we're going to touch on some good things that are happening, and we're going to talk about things that, all of us have at some point in time had memories of. Okay, so Wilbur, where are we going to go to first? We're going to 1929.